Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today we're going to look at the second week in April. From April 8th to the 15th, I've extended it an extra day so we don't have so many days at the end of the month to cover. So this is a jam-packed month. And remember, what I'm doing here is I am looking at the moon primarily relative to all the other planets. It gives the emotional stance of where everyone is in the world, how everyone's feeling. It's a big time. And we are wrapping up a lot of things quickly in this world, especially around the prospect of war. And we're going to be watching the moon, especially where it goes concerning Mars. Mars is the planet to be watching during this time, and it is in the sign of Pisces. And there's a lot of things I have to talk about with this Pisces planetary configuration. Everything is building. So remember this too. Everything that I'm talking about is relative to Central Daylight Time. Daylight means we're on daylight savings time. So I just want you to know the times and the changes that are going on are according to Central Time. I'm here in Dallas, Texas. I know you guys are all over the world. Let me know where you are in the comments below. So we are going to look at this week from April 8th to the 15th. Let's start with April 8th. It is a Wednesday, April 8th, and the moon has shifted into Sagittarius today. Always remember, I'm a sidereal Vedic astrologer, by the way. So the moon is in the nakshatra Moola. That is a harsh nakshatra. And even though the moon is coming up to oppose Jupiter, this nakshatra makes it kind of uneasy, but things are getting better. They just for the time being, then things, really it's a roller coaster ride. I can't say things are getting better when it's such a roller coaster from one day to the next. Yes, so we are looking at Mars approaching Saturn, Neptune. We can feel it in the air. It's getting more intense. And with the moon in this nakshatra, it's about destruction. Moola is ruled by the god of destruction, Nriti. So you're going to find that this is a time when we don't feel at ease at all. And you know, these malefic planets, Mars, Neptune, Saturn, and Sun, all go to the fourth house from the moon. And actually the moon is squaring Neptune today, so that represents our sense of security, which we don't have any. I don't care where you are on planet Earth. Maybe if you're some remote island and you never watch TV, you still get a sense of something's not right in the world, because it's not. Things are shifting and changing violently, quickly. So now I'm looking at April 9th. It's a Thursday, and the moon is still in Sagittarius all day, which is the truth and fact-finding sign. People are all about the truth at this time. The moon has moved into the nakshatra Purva Ashada, and that nakshatra is the truth finder. And I love this nakshatra because it is ruled by Venus. And things will be a bit easier today because Jupiter's opposed the moon. This is a very positive thing. Things seem to be much more improved from the last few days, but let me just say there's more to come. But this day, actually, it is the quarter moon. It is a waxing quarter moon, and you can get a lot done on this day. So another thing that I see is that K2 is aspecting the moon. This takes it into a sense of a deep feeling of remembrance of things in the past too, but having good memories of things in the past. Purva Ashada is a positive nakshatra also for relationships, for love, relationships, working things out. This is a beautiful day to go out on a date, express your love and your affection for your loved ones. So now I'm looking at Friday. This is April 10th. And on this day, we have the moon. It's shifted into Capricorn. Capricorn is all about getting things done, and it also rules the government and government affairs. So things are really being wrapped up with governments all around the world. Things are changing, but the moon is with Pluto, and that is so intense. So take it easy. Don't overexceed anything today because it's just going to be a lot of stress. Pluto's about control. Remember this, do not worry about the things you have no control over. Worry about the things you have control over. That's the most important thing to remember with Pluto. Now, looking at this, the Mars, Saturn, and Neptune, Sun are all in the third house from the moon, and that deals with travels. So be leery and careful of travels. Although it may be a very difficult day to meet with any siblings, if you have siblings, watch out for those personal affairs. But the moon is moving in Capricorn, and this can make life all about business, work, and bringing things together, closure. So now I'm looking at Saturday, April 11th. And the moon is still in Capricorn, but now it has crossed over Pluto, moving away, but it's, early on in the day. Early, it is conjunct Pluto, so there's still those issues of control. But Capricorn, of course, does deal with government control. So things are being changed and shifted in the government. It has to happen around this time. Now, the moon is in the nakshatra Shravana, which is the listener. Its symbol is an ear. So take time today to listen to other people instead of always being the one that has to have the last word. Hear people out and listen. You'll learn more if you're listening. Still, all in all these planets have shifted into Pisces, and today Mercury is even shifted into Pisces. So we have Mercury, Mars, Neptune, Saturn, Sun all together in the sign of Pisces. This is a stellium, and Pisces is about people who play the victim. Be aware of this. In the third house, could deal with siblings. In the third house, can deal with some issues around traveling, especially since Mercury has shifted into Pisces, its debilitation sign. But it's going to pick up strength towards the end of the month as well, because in Pisces, Jupiter and Mercury are now in a mutual exchange of signs, bringing them together, healing issues with travel and communications. So now I'm looking at Sunday, April 12th, and the moon is still in Capricorn most of the day, but it's in the nakshatra Dhanishta. Dhanishta is ruled by Mars. It's harsh, it's furious. It's not a good nakshatra for relationships, so watch out with your relationships. There can be issues. It's not huge, just be aware. But the moon being in Capricorn, let's see, by later in the day, I'm going to say, well, it's going to happen around 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time is going to be when the moon will move into Aquarius. Still in the nakshatra Dhanishta, but the moon in Aquarius will really start getting intense because it's coming together with Rahu. This is where things are really building. And this Sunday, April 12th, Mars is conjunct Neptune. Be aware of deception, deceit, denials, people not being honest with you. This is a fact. This is what will be happening this day because you can't see clearly. And Mars Neptune deals with a lot of deception, illusions, people being unclear and confused. This is a day of confusion. So now I'm looking at Monday, April 13th, and on this day, this is the day that actually Mars is exactly to the minute conjunct Neptune. So we're still plagued with this deceit, deception, not being able to see clearly, confusion. And the moon is conjunct Rahu. This is far worse than the day before. So there is major problems going on in the world. Things are really revving up and getting heated up. We're coming to an explosive time. The moon is in the nakshatra called Shatabhishak. That nakshatra is the sky watcher. It is ruled by Rahu. So moon with Rahu in this nakshatra, trust me, things are not right. Things are explosive. The world is coming together with some hideous events. That's all I want you to know for sure. And with the moon being in Aquarius, yes, it is about flying. It is about air travel. Be cautious. Be very cautious around this time. There's going to be problems. Furthermore, this nakshatra can deal with some discoveries with health and healing. This could be the day that possibly it hits the news about some new healing modalities that come out. Jupiter is casting a trine to Moon Rahu. So now we are looking at Tuesday, April 14th. And the moon is still in Aquarius all day today. It's in the latter degrees. So it is in the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapada. And I always say, be careful with that nakshatra, because that nakshatra can deal with two-faced people. Don't take things at face value. Ask questions. We still have Mars close to Neptune. Things are not as they appear. So be aware of the problems. Now we have Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, all in the nakshatra, Uttara Bhadrapada. And once the moon comes in and joins, which is going to be maybe at the end, well, it's going to go into Pisces by the end of this day, the very end. But all day, the moon is in Aquarius, all day till very late in the evening. So this is intense, but Purva Bhadrapada is a very harsh nakshatra. And the Bhadrapadas, all of them deal with the funeral cot. This bothers me intensely because it makes me think there could be a lot of death this month with all the planets in a stellium in this Purva or Uttara Bhadrapada. Purva is the front legs of a funeral cot. Uttara is the back legs. This deals with death. And another thing I haven't been mentioning, with the Mars Neptune, there's floods, there's problems with water. And the price of oil. Oh my God, I forgot to mention that. Around the 13th, well, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. Look at events that cause oil and gas to escalate. There are this is a time of radical events with war, dealing with oil and gas and explosions. So I didn't say it on those days, but I'm just realizing when Mars and Neptune come together, which is the 12th, the 13th, and let's just say till the end of the month, but the 12th and the 13th, fuel prices are going to escalate due to certain circumstances with things happening on the waterways. Yes, the strait of where all the oil is not going through is going to be worsened by an event of an attack. All right, so let's continue on. I'm going to take it till April 15th. This will be the last day for this week. It is a Wednesday. And we have the moon in Pisces. Now it is in the nakshatra Uttara Bhadrapada, which all the planets are there with the moon. Mercury, Neptune, Moon, Mars, Saturn. This is intense. Lay low. If you don't have to travel, don't. Because I don't like where the planets are going to be during this time through next week. I think this is going to be where things escalate with the war and things will come to a close, but not without the grand finale coming. That's what I see. So Wednesday, April 15th, the moon is in Pisces, close to Neptune with Mars. And Mars is violence and attacks. This is what people are feeling around the world with the moon here. This is crazy. This is intense. And another thing that we have is a very dark moon. It is behind the sun. It's before we come to the new moon. But it's a dark moon. And it is tied up with malefic planets. My God, this is really malefic. Mars and Saturn and Neptune. So lay low. I am not thrilled at what I'm seeing at this time. This is where things really get heated up. So with that, I think I'll close. Remember, if you would like all of these transits put into your own chart to understand how it's going to affect you personally, you've got to try my galactic planner. I don't know what you're waiting for. This will help you. So go to galacticplanner.com, try it out, and I promise you, you will be hooked because it will help you understand this for yourself personally. I'm looking at the global level. You want to look at it at the personal level too. So with that, I think I'll close. If you want my predictions delivered free to your email, then go sign up for my newsletter. My newsletter will give you free predictions, all of this delivered personally to your email. So thank you for listening. Until next week, you gotta tune in again. This is where it's all, well, it's happening now, but it's getting more and more intense. So stay tuned. Thank you.